What's up guys, today is the 5th of May, it's the first Saturday of May, and that means it's free comic book day. So today I'm going to be doing another little vlog where I'm going to go to the comic book store and see what I can pick up, maybe get some footage along the way. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the footage and hope you've had a great free comic book day today. So I picked up quite a few comics today, mostly the free ones and also some that I picked up a couple of weeks back which I hadn't shown you guys before. So I'm just going to show you what they are. I don't know too much about most of the ones I did pick up today, they were just free comics, so I picked them up and the art looked cool, so I don't really know the story about them, but they look awesome. So first up, a couple of weeks ago I bought a couple of comics. They were in the True Believers, I think it is. This one was for like the first issue of a character or a story, and they've been selling them dirt cheap. These were 75 pence or $1 in America, so I had to pick this one up because I don't own it and the cover is amazing. And that is the first issue of Infinity Gauntlet. Now this is one of the most popular stories in Marvel history, and obviously the film has just come out and I loved it. I loved the comics when I read them a while back, and now I've got my physical copy of the first issue with that cover, and look how awesome that is. So also a couple of weeks ago I bought another issue for 75 pence, and this was Venom Lethal Protector. Now obviously the movie is coming out in October, and apparently this is what the story of the movie is focusing on, as the character especially. So I think I've definitely heard of this one before and I've seen it, and I couldn't say no to this one because it's one of the classic stories I've heard. This isn't one of the most popular with the fans of Venom, but if this is what they're basing the film on, then I'm definitely going to check it out. Now on to the free comic book. These are the ones that were handed out today for free comic book today. It's the 5th of May if you're watching this afterwards. I went to my local store. It's a bit smaller than the ones you'd get in the UK, like Forbidden Planet. So I don't think they had as big a selection as some of the bigger stores, but also there weren't as many people, so I managed to get my hands on quite a few. And so I got this one. I think this is called DC Nation issue 0. I think this is like a sample of 3 different issues, but one of them has the Joker in, one's Superman, and I think one is Batman, is that right? Yeah, so you can't say no to that, so I'm definitely going to check that out because I'm sure the follow-ups to these might be good. Next up, I picked up the Avengers issue. Now, this Avengers, I'm not going to say no to a free Avengers comic. Pretty cool artwork there. We've got the main selection there, Thor, Iron Man, Cap. Also on the back of this one we have a Captain America. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a secondary cover. You can have it whichever way you want to show it, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's got Cap and an Avengers cover. Now next up, this is one I've not heard of, and apparently this one is written by the guys who write Saga. Now I've heard of Saga, everyone's heard of Saga, it's one of the most popular comics at the moment, and this is by the guys who did that, and it's called Barrier, and this one was recommended to me by the guys in the comic book store, so I'm probably going to check this one out first because it looks very mysterious. I have no idea what it's about, so I'm going to check this one out soon. This is Barriers. Next up we have Shadow Man. Now, like I said, no idea what this one is about, but the artwork looks pretty badass. It kind of looks like Papa Shango, the WWF wrestler from the 90s. I'm not sure who it is, but it looks quite cool. Now this is one for a video game. Everyone talks about Overwatch. I've never played Overwatch, I know what it's about, and I probably will pick it up at some point, but I thought I might as well pick up the Overwatch comic and maybe get some information on the lore of the game, and yeah, maybe it will make me want to pick up the game, so Overwatch the comic. Now this one is called Relay, but it's really hard to read what the writing says. Some people say it looked like it said relax, but it's a sci-fi book. It's by a company, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll get to that in a minute because I picked up something else by the same company. So this is a sci-fi called Relay, but apparently they do a lot of horror stuff, so I'm going to check this one out. Looks badass. So I didn't really have a choice of picking up every single comic in the book, so I mostly went with ones which the cover stood out to me as something that I might be interested in, like theme-wise, and this one looked pretty badass. This one's called The Meta Baron, and it features some bald dude in a cloak with like an orb floating in his hand and a little robot, so yeah, no idea what that's about, so yep, The Meta Baron. Next up we have a sort of horror themed one. This one is Vampirella. Now I have heard of Vampirella, she's like a really old school like female vampire. I'm sure I've seen comics with like Vampirella versus aliens, so I thought I'll check this one out to see what the character's like, and maybe if I enjoy the character I'll check out the crossovers with the aliens and stuff like that. Now those were all of the free comics that I got, but I decided to pick up a couple while I was there. These were all on the 75p deal as well, with the first issue of a story. So talking about barriers, I decided to pick up Saga and see what that was about, because everyone has been raving on about it. So I picked up the first issue of Saga. So if you've read this comic or this series, then let me know why it's so good or why you love it, and let me know your thoughts on it. And last but not least, this is the Aftershock Genesis sample pack. This is the company who made Relay, and the guy was telling me they do a lot of cool horror stuff and are quite upcoming and new, and it's got, I'm not sure how many different issues in there, but it's a sample pack with a few different things. It was 75p, so I can't wait to check this out. It's got some good horror stuff in there. So guys, those are the comics that I picked up today, and some from a couple of weeks ago, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you picked up on Free Comic Book Day. Tell me which is your favourite out of the stories I've picked up if you've read them before, or which series you think I should start reading. Have you heard of Aftershock? And tell me your thoughts about Saga. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Can't wait to check out some of these comics, and thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.